Right. So, hi guys. My name is Deborshin. I co-founded Artless, 1.5 years ago, and I basically belong from Calcutta. So, first of all, let me sort of give you a very brief idea about myself, my experiences. I come from a finance background. I do not have any links to digital marketing as such, but it's probably the most important channel to sell your products and get yourself out there and get your brand out there to the customers. So when I started making my products, no matter how good your products are, if you're not reaching to the current kind of customers, there is no point to it. So I started researching on YouTube and LinkedIn and other social media channels, and I'm sure there are a lot of these anecdotes which are there that if you do this strategy, you'll get a ROAS of 10x, you'll get a ROAS of 5x, and things like that. And initially it sort of feels very well and jolly that okay, if you maybe sort of do these changes in your targeting, then definitely the ads will work. Eventually what happens is you end up burning your money, and without sort of achieving consistent results. Sometimes those strategies might work for a bit. They're not there to be like they're in the long run. Right? Long run, you need something consistent which will get you which will be a consistent sales channel for you. So I tried that. I researched as much as possible, read a lot of articles, did these courses and stuff like that. But basically, there are a lot of these free courses on digital marketing on the internet. Sure, everybody must be aware, right? But no matter how much you do, the trick is the experience, which I did not have with digital marketing. And I mean, another important thing of being a founder is delegating and becoming more efficient. Try to do everything on your own. It will work out for you. I contacted an expert, which is Dennis, and he sort of took it from there. And I can probably focus on things much more which are under my expertise. So I contacted Dennis through LinkedIn, and we started experimenting with our products, with our strategies, with our commercials, with our prices and everything. Initially, I mean, from the get-go, the performance started happening. Even though we were selling a very different range of products in the beginning, and we slowly, as your business grows, your business also matures, and you also sort of get a lot of understanding and learning from it, and you sort of tweak your business model and your strategies in accordance to that, right? So we sort of gained a lot of understanding in the first 3 months, and sort of gained an understanding on the analytics of the customer base and the RTG and everything. So that really helped us, and wherever we are now, it is because of those understanding and those learnings that we have gained from the first 3 months. So, and that has really helped us, and we are going great guns as of now, and I'm sure we'll go triple fold and multi-fold in the future, and that's always the goal. So basically, let me just sort of give you a very brief sort of understanding that why I have like started the kind of products we are manufacturing at our factory, and the kind of performances Arlox has given us for the last 6 months consistently has been stupendous. I mean, we are really happy with it. I used to experiment myself with a lot of, you see a lot of these digital marketing strategies and apps on LinkedIn. We first try to understand what we do as a company. It is not just about targeting. I mean, if you don't understand the company, the kind of products, the kind of what our ideal TG is, what would you end up targeting? You would end up targeting the wrong kind of customers. So Dennis, what happened is he really wanted to understand. He really sort of gained an understanding of what our ideal TG is. What is the kind of products that we are selling? What is the differentiator? If he doesn't understand what is the difference between my product and some XYZ other brand's product, then he wouldn't understand what we are trying to get to, right? So initially there was a lot of work spent in understanding the kind of product that we are selling. Why are we selling it? I mean, there must be a reason. There is a reason why we exist, and there is a reason why we consistently perform. The logical reasoning is the kind of work, the hard work, the all the artisans and everything, what they put in the product, that's what makes a product a star product. And he really tried to understand it. And that helped him understand which kind of customer, what is the ideal profile of the customer who will buy a product. Once we gained an understanding on that, and once we started working through, towards that, as I said in my previous conversation, that the 3 months were very crucial because gained a lot of understanding on the kind of customers that we will be buying our products, and a lot of these tweaks that we need to do to our business model and our kind of product strategy. So he really sort of got interested and understood all of that, which helped him when he started doing the digital marketing for us. The first bit of advice which I would like to give to any founder, be it fashion or any e-commerce or any kind of a startup, or any business for the matter, is your product is your king. If your product isn't liked by the customers, then however good a digital marketing team that you have it is not going to work, because product has to be unique. Your product has to be different, right? Your product has to, you can facilitate something, but at the end of the day, the product has to be the star. Okay. Second bit of advice that I'll give is do a lot of groundwork before you jump into the business or jump into it full time, because there are a lot of risks involved, and if you're aware of them, because everything doesn't go to plan in a startup. It never does. It didn't go to plan with me. It didn't go to plan with any other founder that I know. Okay, there's something which goes wrong and you have to be aware of it. You have to have plan A, B, C, D, however. So do a lot of groundwork, put your time into it. We put in an year and a half before we sort of went in full time into it. If you are hiring an agency or working with a digital marketing team, make them understand what you are trying to sell, and very clear to yourself that why. Put yourself in the customer's position, understand why would you buy it. If you are not convinced yourself that I'll pay this amount, say for example, if I am not willing to pay 4,000 rupees for my shirt, how will I sell it to my customers, right? I have to be convinced first. So that's the third point. Fourth point is have very realistic expectations. Okay. There would be a lot of these ads on social media. Hey, I got 20x ROS, 10x ROS by spending 50K, and then I got a revenue of 5 lakh and things like that. So in the real world, it doesn't work. The real world is very different. Okay. There is no guarantee as such that if you spend an X amount, customer is not bound to buy your products or bound to split with them. Okay. It is your duty to beat your agency, beat your product. It is your duty to make the product in such a way so that the customer buys it. It is also your duty to help the agency understand that this is what you're trying to do. This is your plan to do this. And if the agency has a better plan, there can always be a discussion, a healthy discussion about it. But it is not the agency's responsibility to sell your products. Okay, it is your responsibility to make the agency understand that we collectively need to sell the products. Don't believe in these stories that you see on the internet. Okay, there is no such thing as 10x, 20x ROS, which happens consistently. It can happen on a day. It can happen for a week. It will never happen consistently. If it's happening consistently, please let me know, because I haven't seen this happening, even though I haven't worked with digital marketing directly. But when I started off my career also, I have also seen people work in digital marketing domain. I have a lot of these colleagues who work in the same domain, and I've also heard from them how these things work, right? So be realistic, have realistic goals, convince yourself that how we can reach them. And once you are convinced, it is a very easy task to convince others.